City boy, city boy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, Nate the Great, back with another video. And you know we got to go ahead and do a Monday Night Raw review. Now, really tonight's show, it was just filler. Tonight's show was just filler. There was a little story thread that they had going throughout the night that Dominik Mysterio had to, go to the doctor, and he kept trying to get away and, kept avoiding the doctor and all this stuff like that. That was going on through the night. So I guess I can appreciate that a little bit. But the problem is that the story was so bare bones. Like, this is nothing. You know what I mean? Like, can we get an actual storyline throughout the evening, and a legitimate storyline, not Dom running away, right? Not some shit that ends after an hour because you just wanted to jump the gun on, like on Friday Night SmackDown with the whole Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu situation, right? He had there's time to develop these things, and there should be proper time to develop this feud. And I just really don't think that is being given that. We get these little sprinkles throughout the show, and it's just AJ showing up in different outfits throughout the night, right? Different occupations that he's doing just so he can keep his eye on Dom Mysterio. And it's like, this is getting old really fast. You know what I mean? Like, all right, the valet was kind of funny, I guess. Then we move on to the next gimmick, and it's like, all right, whatever, man. Can we get to an actual storyline here, right? AJ's just stalking Dom, and that's that, and that's what it was throughout the most of the night. But everything else was just non-existent, man. Just long ass, drawn out ass matches and boring ass promos. We got to hear Becky Lynch on the microphone yet again, and Lyra Vaquer on the microphone yet again. I don't want to hear anything about this shit anymore. I am done with these two women in the ring together. These two Irish women in the ring together. This shit sounds awful, man. I hate listening to these promos, man. Oh my goodness. And there's nothing being said. It's the same shit. Oh, she's selfish. Oh, you're not a good friend. Oh, you just want to stab people in the back, and you're just selfish, and you're not a good friend. Who cares, man? There's no storyline there, man. All they do is go out there and just say that they're all selfish and they're all bad people and they're all bad friends. And, oh, you're just like me. You just don't want to admit it and all this shit. Like, oh, who cares, man? This is what we get, man. Week after week after week after week on this show. This show ended exactly how the last show ended, man. That's how bad this show is right now, dog. Like, it's hard for me to keep saying that these are the worst shows of all time. Like, just a stretch of the worst product of all time, man. Just nothing to chew on in this episode. Nothing to really sink your teeth into. All right, not even the fact that Roman Reigns came and cut a promo. Who cares? All right, the shit that he was talking about, nobody cares. Nobody. At least I don't. Maybe if you do, let me know down in the comments below what y'all thought of tonight's show. All right, but we're gonna go ahead and jump into this review from top to bottom as we normally do, and then we'll just go ahead and I'll tell you my thoughts as we go along. So we start off with a recap of Roman's return, right? The whole gauntlet match, they showed all of that. Showed CM Punk coming out, then Roman Reigns coming out, Jey Uso coming out, all that stuff. That's how it started. But, and during this, I was like, you know what? This is awesome. I'm glad that at least they're starting off with the recaps. They're showing what happened last week, showing there's some kind of thread that's coming from last week into this week, giving us something different rather than superstar walkouts, right? And then what's the next segment? We, of course, get the superstar walkouts, all right? We see Jey Uso. We see Becky Lynch. But then we see the Judgment Day pull up in a all blacked out SUV, all right, and Dominik's driving. He hands the keys off to a valet, and the valet turns out to be AJ Styles, who is just keeping his eye on Dominik Mysterio. All right, this is the first of many appearances that AJ Styles makes this evening. Okay, so We move on to CM Punk's promo. CM Punk came out and said absolutely nothing. All right. What a great time it is to be alive in Houston, right? Pandering to the crowd just the same way that CM Punk does every single time he comes out there. He says that he can't promise a win, but he does promise that he's going to leave it all out there on the ring. He says that Gunther is great. He's one of the greatest professional wrestlers in the world. This, that, and the other. He has all this respect for Gunther. All right. I'm tired. I'm over the respect and the love and the affection that everybody has to show each other every single time they have to cut a promo. And this is mainly on the men's side, man. This isn't really on the women's side that as much, right? Like, still, it's on the women's side. Like, Rhea Ripley always has to say that she respects Io Sky, stuff like that. But majority on the men's side, every single promo is about love and appreciation and affection and respect and more love and hugs and kisses and X's and O's and all this shit. Like, man, can we move on to some fighting? Can we get some brawls? Can we get some storylines going on here? Can somebody tell a story? No. We don't get that. We get CM Punk coming out to pander. Then we get Gunther coming out, and Gunther also says absolutely nothing. Literally nothing for at least 2 minutes. Just stands around, looks around, all right? Nobody, like, everybody's booing and all this shit, right? But he's just standing there, just wasting time. I'm sitting here, like, looking at my watch, like, yo, can we fucking hurry this shit up? Can we wrap this shit up? All right? We're just wasting time here, just killing time. And like I said, he says nothing for like 2 minutes, and then he goes into a promo where he says the same shit that he always says to every fucking body. Same shit that he said to Jey Uso. Same shit that he said to Pat McAfee. Same shit that he said to Goldberg. Same shit that he says to now CM Punk. I'm gonna maul you. All right, I'm gonna choke you out in the middle of the ring. You're gonna be looking up at the lights, and you're gonna realize I was right. I'm gonna destroy your legend and all this. All right, you think you're the best in the world, and I'm the best. I am the best in the world. All this shit, the same shit that he always says. Okay, and then he says something. I forget exactly what he said to end off this promo, but it just ended off with him walking away and CM Punk not saying a damn thing. CM Punk has no retort, no counter, no anything. All right. Now, I'm not reading too much into this. This might be viewed as Gunther punking CM Punk. But at the end of the day, CM Punk legitimately punked Gunther when he pushed him down, and Gunther did not a damn thing about it just a couple of weeks ago. Looked up at him like, oh, no, sir. Please don't touch me, sir. All right. So we move on. Stephanie Vaquer, she's backstage getting an interview. All right. And with Byron Saxton. And honestly, I don't know what Byron Saxton asked her. The thing about Stephanie Vaquer is that Stephanie Vaquer, she's so beautiful that she almost doesn't seem real. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sitting here looking at, I'm like, damn, she almost isn't real. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's really that damn good looking. And the ass is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of these days. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of these days. All right? So, whatever, okay? So, there, she has an interview. Naomi comes up, right? And here's the thing. What? Because Naomi comes up to her and says, hey, after I handle business at, what'd she say? After I handle business at SummerSlam, we're going to have a match at Clash in Paris. Spoiler? What the fuck? So if this actually happens, if this match actually happens, this is one of the dumbest segments of all time. Why in the fuck, 2 weeks before she has a match, does she go and start problems with somebody that, like, to my knowledge, I mean, maybe I haven't been watching closely enough or whatever, but Stephanie Vaquer and Naomi, they have no history, right? Like, they have no history, next to no history together in the ring. They've never said words to each other, right? I'm pretty sure Naomi even introduced herself in this promo. So why is she going up to Stephanie Vaquer, of all people, to talk shit and to call her out for a match in 6 weeks? Make it make sense. Why is she doing that? Why doesn't she want to see her tonight if she has a problem with her? Why doesn't she want to see her this very evening, right now? Why doesn't she just come up and beat the damn shit out of her? She is Naomi. She is fucking crazy, right? She is kind of out of her mind. That is the kind of gimmick that she's going for here. But she's just coming up and just making a match for 6 weeks from now. Has to get her schedule in order and shit like that. Get the fuck out of my face. Come on now, Triple H. We have to do better, okay? So, we move on. Next up, we get a long-ass match between Rusev and Sheamus. Nobody cares about this. Sheamus wins because duh, and we move on, all right? Next up, we get Ludwig Kaiser in the El Grande Americano outfit, and he's giving an interview in Spanish like this. I cannot stand this gimmick, man. I look, man, like, I don't know exactly what they're going for here. Maybe we're going to have a mask versus mask match down the line between the El Grande Americanos. But even then, like, this isn't it, man. Like, Ludwig Kaiser has so much more talent than to be out here fucking being El Grande. Like, same with Chad Gable. But this is what you have for these guys. These guys with all this talent. These guys that get it. All right, because it's one thing to have talent. It's another thing to fucking get it. And Ludwig Kaiser and El Grande, or Chad Gable, I should say, they both get it. All right, that's why Chad Gable was able to get over El Grande Americano as much as he did, because it is over when Chad Gable does it. And when Chad Gable comes back and they have this mask versus mask match, the marks are going to go fucking wild for it, all right? They're going to go insane for it because they hate Ludwig Kaiser as much as, I don't like Ludwig Kaiser in this gimmick, right? So, I mean, I guess that's what they're going for, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this at all, okay? But he's giving an interview, all right? Dragon Lee comes up, talks some shit, all right? Doesn't say anything introspective, just, oh, you're fake. Like, come on, man. Can we get something like, oh, well, why? Well, can I get some actual dialogue here? Like, well, explain to me this, all right? How'd you grow 6 inches taller and lose 20 pounds all at the same time? You know what I'm saying? Like, give me something. You know what I'm saying? Have Dragon Lee come up and ask some questions. Like, why, how come Chad Gable went out with the shoulder injury? El Grande Americano disappears, and then all of a sudden he becomes 6 inches taller and all this extra shit, right? Like, just give me something. Give me something besides Dragon Lee just coming up and shouting "you're fake" 6 times into El Grande Americano's face, and then they fucking brawl, right? But whatever, we move on, okay? We have I lost my spot. All right, whatever. Okay, so we get an ad for Unreal. All right, they've already shown this clip before with the I Show Speed and the Royal Rumble shit like that. So I don't know if they I don't know exactly what. Like, nothing new was shown. They just showed the exact same clip that they've shown before of I Show Speed getting thrown out there into the Royal Rumble. So I guess maybe they're saying they're going to go more in depth with that. I don't know. I don't care. I just know that Unreal is a shit idea. I don't like it at all. But we'll see what happens with it when it comes out. And I will be reviewing that shit episode by episode. So we'll see what happens with that. Next up, we get Bayley and Lyra Valkyria backstage. All right, the roll jobber and the bird lady, who's not a bird lady, right? And apparently Bayley also just asked for tag team title match. Say the same way that Charlotte last week on Friday night, how she just asked for some tag team title matches or a tag team title opportunity at SummerSlam, and she just got it, right? Bayley does the same shit, except, she's on Monday Night Raw, so she can just go ahead and get the title match right now. Like, she doesn't even have to wait until SummerSlam. Like, what the fuck is this of women just going up and just asking for title matches and just getting title matches? Like, there's no earning these title matches at all. Like, what is up with this? But whatever, okay? She says that she went and got some tag title matches for her and Lyra Valkyria. Obviously, her and Lyra Valkyria have been having problems and all this shit, but she trying to be tag titles partners again, whatever. Okay, who cares about this shit? Let's move on. All right, next up we get the New Day versus the Creeds versus the LWO. This was another long ass match for absolutely nothing. The LWO ends up winning by roll up. You see, the thing is, right now Triple H was like, look, this is what I'm gonna do. The black people, I tried to get them over as best as I could. I gave them no storylines, no real matches, no real feuds or anything like that, so they could actually get over. But, I tried to get them over, and they're just not over. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try it with the brown folks. All right? I'm going to try it with the Mexicans and the Latinas. All right? I'm going to try it with them. Let's see if we can get these guys over. Because you see, on both sides, on Raw and on SmackDown, a Hispanic team has won. First, it was the thrown together team of Andrade and Rey Fenix, and now it's the LWO, who never win anything ever. Okay, so let's see how this shit fucking goes. A little mini feud between LWO and Judgment Day yet again. All right, we'll see how this shit fucking goes. Right. Next up, we get Damage Control backstage. Right, because we got Io Sky, we got the Kabuki Warriors, right? We got fucking Asuka and Kairi Sane. I'm over here forgetting these women's names and shit like that, because who cares about them? I have no reason to care about these people. None of them are in storylines at all right? But Kairi Sane says that they're all going to be champions soon, this, that, and the other, right? And then Stephanie comes out, interrupts, and says, hey, you know what I'm saying? Naomi was talking shit, basically saying that you had me beat last time, so why don't we go ahead and have another match? Io's like, fuck it, let's not wait, let's do it tonight in Houston. All right, and then that's what we do. Okay, so they set up the match for later on tonight. This happened behind the commercial. I don't know, maybe y'all saw it, I don't know, but Trick Williams also got an interview right after this. All right, and Trick Williams is basically going to be confronting The Undertaker tomorrow in NXT, so that's happening. I don't know why. This shit makes no sense. They throw Undertaker on NXT way more than he comes on Raw. It's actually insane. All right, and they try to give the Undertaker's rub to all these people, and it really just never works. Right? It never fucking works, because Undertaker is just not the guy at this point in his career to be putting people over. Right? The only people that the Undertaker is going to get over by showing up and having a feud with is the Marks, and that is really it. That's really genuinely it. So let's go ahead and move on. Dom, he's supposed to be going and getting checked out. Adam Pearce is telling him to go get checked out. All right, and he's like, nah, all this, right? But then he bumps into somebody who's cleaning the floors, the janitor, and the janitor turns out to be AJ Styles. Okay, whatever. AJ's like, I'm watching you, or whatever. Dom runs away, and then the New Day walk on, and they're talking about how nothing on this show makes sense anymore, which is absolutely facts. Okay, nothing on the show makes sense anymore. They say that they need an advantage. They say they need something extra so that way they can gain a power advantage again in the tag team division. And then Grayson Waller fucking just comes out of nowhere, says that A-Town Down Under is now done with, right? Austin Theory is gone now, or whatever the case is, and he's moving on, and he wants to be a part of the New Day for some reason, and the New Day just accept him. So it is what it is. We've been talking about it a little bit because Grayson Waller's been popping up here and there with the New Day and kind of just riding their coattails a little bit. So I kind of figured that this was going to happen eventually. I'm just glad that they went ahead and pulled the trigger on A-Town Down Under. It was a terrible tag team. Austin Theory is a single star. He has so much fucking potential. You gotta fucking push that guy right now, right? You got, like, it, you have to do it, man. But whatever. Okay, we move on. Becky Lynch gets a promo. We're not really gonna talk about this. There was an ad for Happy Gilmore in this. All right, she just said the whole thing. I could have been at the premiere for Happy Gilmore in New York. It's gonna be streaming on Netflix July 25th. Like, yo, the whole thing, right? So okay, that's what we're gonna do. And then she calls Lyra selfish because that's what she does. Lyra comes out, interrupts. She says that she's selfish. All right, we don't care about this. We genuinely don't give two shits about this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and move on. All right. So Next up, we got Bayley and Lyra versus the Judgment Day, right? We get Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez, right? So they come out. This match, long as fuck for absolutely nothing. All right, the Judgment Day end up winning. There was like some schmoozery happening at the end there. A lot of interference. Dominik rushing in, doing some interference, and then I think Bayley or Lyra got in the way of Dom, or got like right in front of Dom, and Raquel was going to kick the person in the face, and then that person ducked, and then she accidentally kicked Dom. The doctors came out to check on Dom, and then one of the doctors just so happened to be AJ Styles. All right, this is the theme of tonight's show. Isn't this creative, guys? Isn't this amazing? All right, so like I said, this match was nothing. It was long as fuck for nothing. The Judgment Day, obviously, they won, and we move on. Next up, we get an interview from Sami Zayn, all right, where he says that, you know, because he's still fucked up right now. He's still hurting right now, but he just can't get Karrion Kross out of his head and all this like that. So he's fully taped up, and he wants to have a match tonight. All right, so we're going to get that here soon. Now, Dom is backstage, right? He's looking for AJ Styles, and Adam Pearce catches him up, says that he needs to go and get his shit done right now, or he's going to have to find a new tag team champion, right? So, you know, Dom goes to the doctor, and then we move on to the match between Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross. Now, Karrion Kross's entrance was behind commercial for most people. All right, most people didn't see Karrion Kross's entrance tonight, and Karrion Kross got a bigger pop than Sami Zayn when he came out this evening. All right, Karrion Kross was way more over than Sami Zayn was tonight in Houston. All right, that is just a fact. Houston wanted Karrion Kross to win badly. This match was a 50-50 match. All right, it's actually crazy to me. This is what I say about these 50-50 matches a lot. It's crazy to me that, like, these matches, these 50-50 matches do nothing for anybody, right? These matches do absolutely nothing for anybody. These 50-50 matches, especially in this instance, you got Sami Zayn fully taped up, and it takes 10 minutes and a steel pipe to beat Sami Zayn, even though he's already busted up. What does that do for Karrion Kross? How does that make Karrion Kross look strong? It doesn't. It just makes Sami Zayn look like a fucking superhuman, because Karrion Kross is like 80 pounds bigger than him, right? Is tossing him around, and yet Sami Zayn is just, because he has so much heart. Get the fuck out of my face, all right? We move on. All right, next up, because Karrion Kross won this match, like I said, but he needed a steel pipe to do it. All right, now we finally got to Dom's doctor appointment. The doctor comes out talking to Adam Pearce. He's like, hey, you know, I got to run a couple more tests. AJ Styles comes up, and he's like, hey, man, what's going on? Dom comes up from behind and attacks AJ Styles with something. I didn't see what it was. AJ Styles is on the floor in pain, and Dom is like, yo, I'll see you guys at SummerSlam. Throws a little clipboard on him, and it might have been the clipboard that he attacked him with. Throws a clipboard down on him, and then we move on from that segment, and we get a long 25 minute match, okay, between Io Sky, Stephanie Vaquer, and Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer. This match was 20 minutes long. This match was overly produced, so many fucking spots, so many ridiculous bullshit moves that nobody would ever pull off in a real fight. I do like Stephanie Vaquer. She is fine as hell, like I said, so I just love to look at her. But at the end of the day, these matches, like I said, these 50-50 matches, these 20-minute matches in the middle of Raw, right? They do nothing for anybody. They don't do anything for anybody, because everybody has a 50-50 match. Everybody has these same 10, 20-minute 50-50 matches with everybody. So this does nothing for anybody. Io Sky will have a 50-50 match with fucking Ivy Nile if Ivy Nile came out, right? Like it will be the same kind of match where Ivy now gets to show off all her moves, Io gets to show off all her moves, and then the shit ends in DQ by some bullshit, right? So this is what happens, right? Because right before the match, one thing I was wondering, because I was like, oh shit, I didn't even talk about this in my review, that Stephanie Vaquer is a Raw superstar over on SmackDown, and they didn't even put Julia on the show. Where the fuck was Julia, right? And I was asking, why was she fighting with the Secret Service? I'm trying to remember. I'm racking my brain. Like, what was her beef with the Secret Service? And I'm pretty sure it was something that happened at Evolution, but I can't really remember, right? But I'm like, what was her beef with Secret Service? And then during this match, 25 minutes in to this match, the Secret Service come out. All right. If the Secret Service were going to come out and interrupt this match, why didn't they just do it immediately? Why didn't they do it before the match? Why would they wait until 20 minutes into the match to finally come out, to finally go ahead and run over there and try to do something, beat down Stephanie Vaquer? All right. Stephanie Vaquer beats up Piper Niven, beats up Alba Fire, but Chelsea Green comes up from behind, hits her, right? So that's the match. Stephanie wins by DQ, and then they beat her down, right? Io Sky goes to help Stephanie, and they end up standing tall, right? But the numbers game catches up to them because Naomi comes up and attacks them both from behind. And then, right, just when things couldn't get any better, just when you thought things weren't great already in this segment, this is my brutality, nigga, you already know. Rhea Ripley came out in all her buff bitchdom, all her pizza stevedom, right? Built like a slice of pizza, man. I'm telling you, man. Built like the Hulkamania. All right. She came out, sprinted down to the ring, and laid waste to everybody because duh. All right, and then her and Io and Stephanie, they just stand in the ring and stare at each other for like 2 minutes straight before we move on to the main event. All right, and the main event segment was Paul Heyman coming out to the ring, attempting to say something, and then Roman Reigns making a 10-minute entrance, right? 10-minute entrance and shit like that. So, of course, that's just what we have to go through. All right. And as Roman Reigns is walking out, I'm like, man, this guy has lost every little bit of aura that he's ever had. All right. He's done nothing but job out since he's made his first return since losing his title against Cody. Right. He's lost at two consecutive WrestleManias, right? He was pinned at 2 consecutive WrestleManias. Seth Rollins could have pinned CM Punk, could have pinned if he wanted to, if he really had all that heat for CM Punk and all this shit and really wanted to destroy CM Punk's dreams of being a main eventer and all that shit at WrestleMania, then why didn't he go and pin CM Punk? He pinned Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has been buried and his aura is gone, or whatever aura that he may have had, right? So it is what it is. Him and Paul Heyman have this back and forth where Paul Heyman's basically telling Roman Reigns that he has to leave, right? And Roman Reigns is like, I'm not going to leave. You ruined the bloodline, right? The bloodline isn't something that you created. It's something that God created, right? I went home after I lost to Cody so I could take care of the new bloodline, so I could raise the new bloodline because this is forever and all this shit, right? And it just went on forever. This promo from Roman Reigns just did not hit at all, okay? And how could it, right? They're talking about the same shit that they talked about 2 months ago, right? The same shit that they were saying about to Roman Reigns the last time that he was in the ring with Paul Heyman together, right? The last time. So it just doesn't hit, man. I just want something new, right? I need something new. Braun Breaker hops on the mic. He tells Roman Reigns that he's an old dog, that he's the new guard, right? They're always talking about how they're the future. Paul Heyman even said it in his promo that, oh, we're the future. I'm standing here with the future of WWE, right? Like, I'm the new guard. I'm the new big dog here, right? I'm the big dog in the yard now, right? And then, of course, this all breaks down into a brawl where Roman Reigns starts getting his ass whooped because, this is Triple H's booking, all right? And Roman Reigns has zero aura. He gets his ass whooped all the time now. That's just what Roman Reigns does. It's just what he does. So Roman Reigns is getting his ass whooped, and Jimmy Uso comes out for the save because, of course, we have to get the same fucking main event segment as we got last week, basically, where Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, they stand tall after laying waste to Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. And that's how the show went off the air this evening. This show, like I said, was nothing but filler. All right, sure, we got Roman Reigns coming back, and anytime you get Roman Reigns on the show, I guess you can bump it up a little bit, but Roman Reigns added absolutely nothing to the show. Roman Reigns came, Roman Reigns got his ass whooped, Roman Reigns left. That's what he does now. So what else can I say? All right, this show wasn't the worst show in the world, but it was absolute filler. Long ass matches for no reason, and no real storylines in between to keep the show afloat, to keep the show interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this show a 2.5 out of 10. Let me know what y'all think about the show down in the comments below. Like and subscribe to the video like and subscribe to the channel if you want to hear some more. And this has been your boy Nate the Great, back with another video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.